Hello, I'm David Stenn, author of Bombshell, The Life and Death of Jean Harlow, and proud member of the Board of Advisors of the UCLA Film and Television Archive. And I am thrilled and excited to give you a little commentary on this incredible footage, Hell's Angels outtakes. We don't know where these came from. We don't know why they were saved. They're missing their track. They clearly are track based on the slate. Here we have John Darrow and James Hall. James Hall is one of the stars of the film. John Darrow was one of the supporting players and actually retired pretty shortly after this to become a very successful Hollywood agent and the life partner of director Charles Walters, who directed Easter Parade with Fred Astaire and Judy Garland, High Society with Grace Kelly, Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby, and Torch Song with Joan Crawford. Another scene, again, would have been sound of Ben Lyon and James Hall and their fellow fighter pilots. Howard Hughes, the director, was obsessed with aviation, started this film as a silent film at age 23. People laughed at him and thought this was a folly of his. The Cato Company at the top right of the slates was his company based on where the money came from in his family in Cato, Louisiana. Here's Ben Lyon, one of the male stars of the film, preparing for a take. Ben Lyon would later take credit for discovering and signing Norma Jean Dougherty to Fox in 1946 and selecting her new name, Marilyn Monroe. And these are the two male stars of the film, Lyon and Hall. Now here we have what is the gold of this discovery. Jean Harlow, 18 years old, her first leading role. She has no experience. She is terrified. The nominal director of the film, James Whale, dislikes her intensely and offers her no help. But as you can see, Wales might dislike her, but for the camera, this is love at first sight. And a star is born. She would become very famous from this film. This is another shot of her, and you can see her preparing, clearing her throat. Just amazing. You never get something like this from any 1930 film. And of course, this was shot in late 1929 when sound was new. So this is probably why they're taking so long for the clapboard, is the syncing was difficult. And she just looks nervous. But she also looks great. This is the scene where Harlow and Ben Lyon have their seduction. This is an 11-second kiss, which, again, Hughes was pushing the envelope, as he would do later with Jane Russell in The Outlaw. But Ben Lyon seems to be enjoying himself. You'll see when he stops, there he is. This is a good day of work. And this is another just rare scene of the group together. I wish we knew why these were saved. I have a feeling it was accidental and so fortunate because, as I said before, you do not see rushes from films of this era. They just don't survive. There was no reason to keep the film, and film was expensive. But, of course, Hughes spent several $1 million on this movie and then promoted it as being a blockbuster, but it ended up losing money, and this is the gold. There he is, Howard Hughes, age 24, perhaps displaying his OCD by rearranging a scarf on the couch while Jean Harlow watches. This is the earliest footage of Howard Hughes known to survive, and it is the only footage of Hughes and Harlow together. And even though it's just really a shot that's extended, historically, it's just major. And when I first saw this, I really did almost fall out of my chair. So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. And thank you to the UCLA Film and Television Archive for saving and preserving yet another treasure. I'm David Stenn.